The deep silence of space was broken only by the soft hum of the HMS Vanguard's engines. Stars stretched endlessly in every direction, cold and distant, like silent witnesses to everything that happened in the galaxy. Captain Alara Kane stood on the bridge, her hands resting lightly on the rail, eyes fixed on the holographic display before her. The Vanguard had been traveling for weeks through uncharted space, following faint readings from old star charts and abandoned navigation logs. It was routine exploration, at least in the minds of her crew. But today, something was different. The sensors had picked up a faint energy signature on the edge of a Class 15 Deathworld. The term Deathworld was no exaggeration. Planets of this class were hostile beyond imagination. Poisonous gases, violent storms, deadly wildlife, and gravity that could crush a human body in seconds. Even seasoned alien explorers rarely dared approach such worlds, and yet there it was, a signal. Not natural, not random. Something artificial had emitted energy from beneath the planet's surface. Dr. Rion Voss, the ship's lead scientist, stared at the readings, his fingers hovering above the console. "Captain, this isn't like anything I've ever seen. The energy spikes. They're stable, almost intelligent. It's not a natural phenomenon. Someone or something sent this signal." Ilara's eyes narrowed. Could it be a distress call, she asked, though the thought sounded ridiculous even to her. Class 15 death worlds were not the kind of places anyone survived in. "No," Rion said slowly. "Whatever this is, it wants to be found, and it's been waiting a long time." The crew exchanged uneasy glances. Alien observers across the galaxy, monitoring humans, were even more nervous. Many species had learned to fear human curiosity. Humans had a habit of appearing where no one expected and achieving what seemed impossible. Even the rumors of this new signal had alien governments scrambling in secret, preparing for a contingency they hoped would never be tested. Ilara straightened, her mind racing. "Set a course. We're going down there. Prepare for atmospheric entry and drone deployment. I want full scans before anyone sets foot outside the ship." The ship's engines roared to life as the Vanguard adjusted its trajectory. Outside, the Class 15 Deathworld loomed, a swirling ball of gray and green, covered in violent storms that threw lightning across the surface. The planet seemed alive, angry, and hungry, as if it wanted to swallow anyone who dared approach. Rion's voice broke the tense silence. "Captain, the signal is stronger now. It's pulsing, almost like it's where we're coming." Ilara felt a chill run down her spine, but she didn't show it. "Then we'll be careful. Keep the drones ready. I want eyes on that signal before we risk anyone going down there." The Vanguard's drones detached from the ship like small, glowing fireflies. They raced toward the surface, weaving through the violent storms, cameras and sensors scanning for any sign of the source. The first images returned as streams of static, then slowly formed into something recognizable. It was a ship. Not just any ship, but a Class 15 Deathworld vessel half buried under layers of rock and toxic sludge. Its design was unlike anything humans or any alien race had ever seen. Sharp angles, dark metal, faintly glowing lines across its hull, almost like veins of some strange energy. It radiated power and danger in equal measure. Ilara's voice was steady but quiet as she spoke to her crew. "We're looking at something ancient, and someone built this to survive a death world." Rion leaned closer to the display. "Captain, look at this. The energy readings from inside the ship. They're alive. It's as if the ship itself is aware of us." The bridge fell silent. Every crew member felt it, a mixture of awe and fear. For a moment, it was easy to imagine the galaxy trembling at their discovery. Humans, bold and daring, had found something others feared even to look at. Then the monitors flickered. The signal, which had been steady until now, suddenly spiked violently, sending alarms blaring across the bridge. Red lights flashed. "What the hell is that?" shouted Lieutenant Joran Vale, gripping the console. Rion's eyes widened. "It's reacting. To us, whatever is down there, it knows we're here." Ilara gritted her teeth, her mind racing. "Bring it into view. I want to see every detail before we make the next move." The drone camera zoomed in on the ship's hull, revealing strange alien glyphs carved into the metal. They glowed faintly, pulsing with the energy that had sent the signal across space. The glyphs were warnings, but warnings to whom? The humans, the aliens watching from afar, or something else entirely? A sudden sharp noise echoed through the bridge like metal cracking under pressure. The hull of the distant ship trembled, and the storm above the Deathworld seemed to flare even more violently. Ilara's voice cut through the chaos. "Prepare for entry. We're going down there ourselves, and Rion, get ready. Whatever secrets this ship holds, we're about to uncover them." As the Vanguard descended toward the Deathworld, the crew couldn't shake the feeling that they were stepping into a trap older than the galaxy itself, and somewhere, far beyond the reach of their senses. Alien eyes watched in terror, knowing that humans were about to find something that would change everything. The mysterious signal pulsed again, brighter this time. It was a call, a challenge, and perhaps even a warning. But one thing was certain: the galaxy would never be the same once humans answered it. And on that storm-tossed Deathworld, a secret waited, older than any star, ready to reveal humanity's role in a story far larger than anyone could imagine. The HMS Vanguard shook violently as it pierced the outer atmosphere of the Class 15 Deathworld. Lightning danced across the sky like molten metal, striking the planet's surface in blinding flashes. The storms were unlike anything the crew had ever encountered, torrential winds that howled through the ship's hull, layers of toxic gases that shimmered green and yellow, and clouds thick enough to block out the sun. Captain Alara Kane gripped the railing, eyes fixed on the main viewport. "Steady," she ordered, her voice calm despite the tremors. "Keep us level. We don't want to crash before we even reach the ship." Lieutenant Joran Vale, sitting at the navigation console, wiped sweat from his brow. "Captain, the gravity here is off the charts. I've recalibrated the thrusters, but it's still pulling us down hard. We'll need to deploy the drones before we attempt any landing." Alara nodded. "Do it. I want full visuals. If there's a way to reach that ship safely, the drones will find it first." As the drones detached, their small lights flickered through the green-tinted storm. They dove into the chaotic atmosphere, cameras transmitting live images back to the Vanguard. What they revealed made every human aboard hold their breath. The Class 15 Deathworld ship lay partially buried in jagged rock formations. Its hull was battered but intact, dark metal gleaming faintly under the storm. Strange, jagged structures rose from the planet's surface, like the remains of cities swallowed by centuries of violence. Every lightning strike illuminated enormous, twisted creatures that scurried across the landscape, predators perfectly adapted to this hostile world. Dr. Rian Voss leaned closer to the display, awe and fear mixing in his eyes. This is incredible. The ship survived a planet that would kill anything alive, and it's not just surviving, it's active. Look at the energy readings, it's almost breathing. Breathing, Joran asked, frowning. "Not literal," Rian said. "But the energy pulses like a heartbeat. Whoever made this, or whatever made this, it's alive in some way." Ilara's gaze never left the viewport, and it's waiting. "I can feel it. This ship isn't just lying here. It's aware that we're coming." The tension on the bridge was thick enough to cut with a knife. Every crew member felt it, the weight of the unknown pressing down, heavier than the planet's gravity. But humans were explorers. Humans were stubborn. And humans did not back down from a challenge. As the drones approached the ship, a sudden movement on the surface caught everyone's attention. Massive, four-legged predators charged across the rocks, their glowing eyes fixed on the drones. The creatures moved with unnatural speed, and every lightning strike made them shimmer like molten metal. "Those creatures, they're enormous," muttered Rian, "and aggressive. They're guarding the ship." Joran's hand hovered over the weapons console. "Should we fire?" Elara shook her head. "Not yet. We're not here to fight wildlife. Observe. Document. We only need to survive long enough to understand what we found." The drones sent back images of the ship's hull. Strange glyphs and carvings were etched into the metal, glowing faintly under the storm's energy. The markings were alien, but patterns suggested warnings, messages meant for those who dared approach. "Do you think they're trying to scare us off?" Joran asked. "Maybe," Rian said, "or maybe they're a warning. Whatever this ship is, it's old, very old, and it knows humans are here." As the Vanguard adjusted position, Alara gave the order. "Prepare the landing module. We'll descend closer, but keep it in the drone's shadow. I don't want the creatures or anything else realizing we're here just yet." The landing module detached smoothly, carrying a small team including Ilara, Drone, and Rian. They descended toward the surface, shrouded by the storm. The wind was deafening, the toxic clouds stinging their suits. Every step toward the ship felt like entering a living nightmare. When the module finally landed, the ground trembled beneath them. The predators were nowhere in sight, but distant roars echoed through the rocks, reminding the humans that this world had claimed countless lives before theirs. Ilara took a deep breath. "Keep your eyes open and your weapons ready. The moment something moves, we react. Quietly, if possible." Rian scanned the ship's hull with a portable sensor. The readings were off the charts, synergy spikes that fluctuated like a heartbeat, heat signatures that shouldn't exist, and traces of a technology that seemed centuries ahead of anything humans had ever built. "Captain, I think it's live," Rian said, his voice barely above a whisper. "This ship, it responds to us. Every time we get closer, the energy spikes. It's almost like it's aware of our presence." Ilara's eyes narrowed. "Then it's time to find out what it wants, and why it has been waiting for us." As the humans prepared to approach the entrance, the storm surged violently. Lightning struck the nearby rocks, sending sparks dancing across the ground. For a moment it felt as if the planet itself were alive, testing them, challenging them. Then, from deep within the ship, a low hum resonated through the ground. The glyphs on the hull glowed brighter, pulsating rhythmically. Every pulse seemed to echo through the human mind, sending a chill down their spines. Joran swallowed hard. "Captain, do you feel that?" Ilara nodded. "Yes, and I think it's a warning, but humans don't turn back. Not today. Not ever." The team moved forward, their lights cutting through the toxic gloom. Every step brought them closer to the ship hand, closer to secrets older than any star they had ever known. Something waited inside, something that had terrified the galaxy for centuries. And as the storm raged around them, the humans didn't realize that their arrival had already been noticed by forces that had long expected, and long feared, that one day humanity would reach this place. The Deathworld was alive, the ship was alive, and the humans were about to awaken something the galaxy had hoped would remain buried forever. That humans stood at the base of the colossal Class 15 Deathworld ship. Its dark metal hull rose like a mountain against the stormy sky, jagged and imposing. The glowing glyphs pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat, as if the ship were aware of their presence. The air was thick with tension, each breath a reminder of the deadly world around them. Captain Alara Kane stepped forward, her boots crunching on the rocky surface. "Stay sharp. We don't know what we're dealing with yet," she warned. Her voice was calm, but the eyes of her team Lieutenant Joran Vale and Dr. Rian Voss betrayed both awe and fear. Rian approached the hull cautiously, scanning with his handheld device. "Captain, the energy readings are off the charts. It's not just a ship, it's alive in a sense. The systems are responding to us. Every movement we make triggers spikes in its energy." Joran adjusted his weapon. "Eyes scanning the surrounding cliffs, you mean? It can detect us, even from outside." "Exactly," Rian said. "And that's terrifying." Alara examined the glowing glyphs. Strange symbols, patterns, and alien words etched deeply into the metal. Some pulsed brighter when their lights passed over them, almost like recognition. She whispered, "These aren't just markings, they're warnings or instructions. But for whom? The creatures, humans or something else entirely?" The first obstacle was a massive entryway, partially sealed by debris and rock. The team began clearing it carefully, their drills and lasers cutting through layers of hardened material. Every movement triggered small tremors, and the storm above seemed to roar in protest, as if the planet itself were alive, defending the ship. Finally, a passage opened. Darkness swallowed the humans as they stepped inside. The air was heavy, almost metallic, but breathable thanks to their suits. Their lights illuminated the interior massive chamber of black metal and glowing veins of energy. Rian gasped. This technology is unlike anything we've ever seen. It's centuries ahead of anything humans or any known species have built. Whoever made this, they weren't just advanced, they were godlike. Ilara's eyes narrowed. "And yet it's here, hidden, waiting. Why?" The team moved deeper into the ship. Strange machines lined the walls, silent and motionless. Screens flickered on as they passed, displaying data in alien scripts. Holographic projections appeared sporadically, star maps of distant galaxies, diagrams of planets, and something else, an image of Earth. Joran froze. "Captain, that's Earth. Why is our planet here?" Rian examined the hologram. "Not just Earth. Look at this. Coordinates, energy signatures. It's tracking human activity. But some of this, it's before humans even existed." Alara's stomach tightened. "Wait, you're saying this ship has records of humans before humans were supposed to exist?" "Yes," Rian said, voice trembling slightly. "And it gets worse. These logs, they're experiments, observations and observations in how people will view or receive the films. Or people will view or receive the film or my work in it. Whoever built this, they were studying humanity long before we were a known species." A sudden hum echoed through the chamber. The glowing glyphs on the walls brightened, forming a rhythmic pulse that seemed almost like communication. The air felt charged, electric, as if the ship itself were aware of their intrusion. "Captain, it's reacting," Joran whispered. His hand instinctively rested on his weapon, though it felt useless against something like this. Ilara nodded slowly. "Then we proceed carefully. We're not here to fight yet. We're here to learn and survive." They entered the next chamber. Here the ship's secrets became clearer. Shelves of alien devices, containers holding unknown substances, and holographic logs of entire civilizations filled the room. Some projections displayed planets destroyed, others recorded species wiped out. Rian's voice was barely audible. "This ship, it's a weapon, a galactic weapon. It was designed to destroy worlds, and it had humanity as a variable. A test case." Alara felt her chest tighten. "A test case for what?" Before Rian could answer, a loud vibration shook the chamber. Lights flickered. The ship's AI, ancient and powerful, activated. A deep voice resonated through the room, mechanical, but strangely intelligent. Humans detected, variables identified. Protocol initiated. Joran stumbled back, his weapon ready. "Protocol? What does that mean?" Rian swallowed hard. "It means it sees us as part of its experiment, part of whatever it was designed to do in its wake." The hum grew louder, almost threatening, vibrating through their bones. The walls of the chamber seemed to pulse in sync with the ship's energy. It was alive, aware, and now fully attentive. Ilara took a deep breath. "We found it. The galaxy feared this ship for centuries, and now we're inside. Stay close, watch everything, and whatever happens, do not panic." The team advanced cautiously, documenting everything. Every step was a revelation: new technologies, new knowledge, and the unmistakable realization that humans were not just visitors. They were part of the ship's purpose, whether they understood it or not. Suddenly a projection flickered into life, showing a galaxy-wide map of countless civilizations. Lines connected planets and species, all converging on humanity. The message was clear. This ship, hidden on a Deathworld, had been observing, recording, and waiting for humans to arrive. Rian whispered, almost to himself, "They were expecting us. And they were afraid." Alara looked at the hologram, then at her crew. "Then it's time to show them why humans are never what they expect." The chamber's hum reached a crescendo, and the walls of the ship seemed to pulse brighter. Every symbol, every line of alien writing, every device, everything reacted to the humans. They were no longer intruders. They were the key players in a story that the galaxy had forgotten. Until now. And deep inside the ship, something watched, waiting, calculating, and acknowledging the humans' presence. Something older than the galaxy itself, and far more dangerous than anything the crew could imagine. The humans had taken their first steps inside the Deathworld ship, and with those steps the galaxy's future had already begun to change. The hum of the Deathworld ship vibrated through the chamber like a heartbeat, slow, steady, and unnervingly deliberate. Captain Alara Kane stood at the center, her boots planted firmly on the metallic floor. Her team Lieutenant Joran Vale and Dr. Rian Voss hovered nearby, eyes wide with both awe and fear. Every projection and device in the room seemed to respond to their presence. Holographic maps flickered to life, displaying stars, planets, and civilizations humans had only just begun to catalog. Lines of energy-connected systems across galaxies, all converging on one point, Earth. Rian swallowed hard, staring at the display. Captain, these logs, they're a record. But not just a record, they're plans, detailed strategies. To eliminate humanity. Alara's pulse quickened. Elaborate. Rian pointed at the star maps. Look here. Entire sectors of the galaxy were prepared for a strike fleet deployments, experimental weapons, all aimed at human-inhabited planets. Whoever built this ship, they intended to wipe us out before we became a threat. Joran's voice trembled. But why? Humans haven't even spread across the stars yet. Why would they fear us so much? Rian's expression was grim. Because humans are unpredictable, resilient, clever. This ship's creators studied us before we even existed. They knew one day we could challenge the galaxy, and they built contingencies. In case we did. Alara ran a hand down her face, her mind racing. So this ship, this Deathworld vessel, isn't just a relic, it's a weapon, a warning. And now it knows we're here. As if to confirm her words, the ship reacted. The glyphs on the walls glowed brighter, pulsing in time with the ship's low, vibrating hum. From somewhere deep inside, a mechanical voice resonated, calm but powerful. Humans detected. Protocol activated. Final variable confirmed. The chamber shook, and the crew stumbled. Even Joran, always ready for danger, gripped his weapon tighter. What does that mean? He shouted over the hum. Rian's eyes widened. It means the ship has recognized us as part of its experiment, and it's preparing to engage. Whatever it was built to do, it sees us as the target now. Alara's jaw tightened. Then we need to understand it before it acts. We need to control it or destroy it. Rian shook his head. Destroy it, Captain. This ship isn't just advanced, it's centuries ahead of anything humans have ever built. And it survived a Deathworld. Weapons may not even touch it. But if we can understand its systems, we might turn it to our advantage. The crew moved carefully through the chamber, their lights sweeping across the walls. Strange machines hummed with energy, containers held unknown substances, and devices projected holographic sequences of entire civilizations being destroyed. Joran's hand hovered over a control panel. Captain, some of these devices are firing sequences. They're targeting human colonies. Look at this data. Alara stepped forward, examining the projections, her eyes narrowed. Then we are not just explorers, we are survivors. And maybe the first line of defense. The ship reacted to their presence again. Doors opened along corridors that had been sealed for centuries, revealing hidden chambers filled with alien technology. Some chambers displayed weapons capable of destroying entire planets. Others contained archives of extinct civilizations, their fates sealed by the very ship they now stood inside. Rian's voice dropped to a whisper. Captain, this is more than a threat. This ship, it's an entire program, a galactic initiative designed to wipe out humanity before we ever became a true force. Alara took a deep breath, her mind racing. Then we have a choice. We can either flee and leave this weapon intact, or we can take control and ensure it never harms anyone again. Either way, we can't ignore it. Suddenly, the ship's hum intensified, vibrating through their bones. Holographic symbols formed patterns on the walls, coalescing into something that looked like a message or a challenge. The AI, ancient and calculating, spoke again. Humans recognized. Initiate judgment. Survival test commencing. Rian's hands flew over his console. It's testing us. Like an experiment, it wants to see if we're capable, worthy, or if we'll be destroyed. Joran gulped. And if we fail? Alara didn't answer immediately. Her gaze swept the chamber, landing on every glowing glyph, every alien device. Then we die, she said quietly. But humans, we don't fail. Not when the odds are against us. Not ever. The ship responded almost instantly. Lights flickered. Energy pulsed along the walls, corridors, and floor. The AI's voice rumbled. Adaptation detected. Protocol altered. Unexpected variable confirmed. Rian's eyes widened. It's surprised. It didn't expect us to adapt humans. It didn't account for our resilience. Alara smiled faintly, despite the tension. That's because they never have. And they never will. Let's show this ship what humans are capable of. The crew moved deeper into the vessel, analyzing consoles, studying alien interfaces, and discovering hidden systems that seemed almost intuitive, reacting to human thought. Every moment brought more revelations. The ship's true purpose became clearer. It was both a weapon and a laboratory, built to observe, manipulate, and control, but it underestimated humanity. The humans aboard the Vanguard were clever, adaptive, and unafraid, and as they explored the ship's depths, a growing sense of confidence spread among them. They were no longer just intruders. They were the variable the galaxy had feared for centuries, and the Deathworld ship, for all its ancient power, was about to discover something it had never expected. Humans were not just survivors. Humans were unstoppable. The air inside the Deathworld ship hummed with power, the glowing glyphs pulsing like the heartbeat of a giant predator. Captain Elara Kane stood at the center of the control chamber, her gaze fixed on the alien consoles before her. Every light, every vibration, every pulse of energy responded to their presence. The ship's AI, ancient and omnipotent, had recognized them as intruders, as a variable, but it hadn't counted on humans. Lieutenant Joran Vale wiped sweat from his brow. Captain, the systems are too complex. Even Rian says some functions are beyond understanding. How do we fight something that built itself to survive a death world? Ilara's voice was calm, unwavering. We fight the only way humans know how, it's ingenuity. We adapt, we improvise, and we never give up. That's what makes us dangerous. Dr. Rian Voss adjusted his scanner, his eyes darting across streams of alien data. Captain, some of the ship's systems respond to thought patterns. It's almost like it's reading us, but I think we can trick it. If we overload the AI with conflicting signals, we might be able to take control or at least disable its attack protocols. Ilara nodded. Then that's exactly what we'll do. Joran, get ready, Rian. Guide us through this. And stay sharp, one wrong move and this ship could destroy us. The team split into positions. Rian interfaced with the ship's controls, his fingers flying over the alien interface, while Joran and Ilara monitored the readings. The humming intensified, as if the ship itself were aware of their plan. Every pulse of energy felt like a challenge, a test of human intelligence against alien perfection. Captain Rian whispered, "I'm ready." Overloading sequence initiated. The chamber vibrated violently. Screens flickered and holographic projections twisted into impossible shapes. The ship groaned as though resisting, fighting back against the humans who dared to defy it. "Stay focused," Ilara commanded. "Remember why we're here. This is not just about survival. This is about showing the galaxy who humans are." The AI's voice boomed, mechanical and cold. Humans attempting system override. Threat level, critical, initiating defensive protocols. From deep within the ship, hidden turrets and energy conduits sprang to life. Pulses of light shot across the chamber, narrowly missing the humans. The floor shook as the ship tried to crush or burn them out. Joran fired a small energy disruptor, cutting off power to one section of the chamber. "Captain, it's adapting. The AI is learning." Ilara's eyes hardened. "Good, let it learn. We'll show it that humans are always one step ahead when it matters most." Rian's fingers danced over the alien controls, inputting sequences that the AI could barely comprehend. Lights flickered violently, and the glyphs on the walls glowed brighter than ever, reacting to the humans' mental patterns. It was chaotic, dangerous, and completely unpredictable. Suddenly, a holographic projection appeared in front of them, an alien figure, tall and shadowy, with glowing eyes. It spoke in a language none of the humans understood, but the meaning was clear. Warning, threat, death. Ilara didn't flinch. "We don't negotiate with fear," she said softly, almost to herself. Then louder, "Rian, continue. Joran, cover me. We finish this." With a final command sequence, Rian sent conflicting energy pulses through the ship's core. The AI's hum escalated to a deafening roar, the walls shaking violently. Energy conduits exploded in bursts of blue light, and the ship's weapon systems went offline momentarily. "This is it," Ilara shouted. "Now we take control." The humans moved with precision, following Rian's guidance. Every panel they touched, every sequence they input, was calculated to manipulate the AI's responses. Slowly, agonizingly, the alien ship began to obey it fully. "But enough, Captain," Rian said, his voice trembling. "We can't stop it completely, but we can redirect its systems, point its power outward, away from humans. We can neutralize the immediate threat." Ilara smiled faintly. "Then that's what we do. Let's show this galaxy what humans can do when cornered." With a final sequence, the AI's hum dropped to a low vibration. The walls no longer pulsed violently, and the holographic projections stabilized. The ship had been pacified for now, but its power was still immense, still enough to terrify an entire galaxy. Joran exhaled, leaning against a console. "We did it. We actually did it." Rian shook his head in disbelief. "Captain, humans shouldn't be able to do this. We shouldn't be able to take control of something like this. And yet, we did. The galaxy. It's going to fear us." Ilara placed a hand on the ship's central console, feeling the energy beneath her fingers. "Not just fear," she said softly. "Respect. They'll respect what humans can do. They'll know that we are not weak, that we are clever, adaptable, and unstoppable." As they explored the ship further, they discovered systems that could heal planets, generate energy, and manipulate space-time. Technology beyond imagination, now under human control. But more importantly, they realized the ship held records of civilizations destroyed, experiments conducted, and plans that spanned centuries. Ilara looked at her team. This is bigger than we imagined, and it's only the beginning. Humanity has the chance to change the galaxy, to protect what is ours and to show that no force, no matter how old or powerful, can defeat us if we work together. Rian nodded, still amazed. We've just turned a weapon into an ally, at least for now. But the rest of the galaxy, they're watching and they're going to react. Ilara's eyes shone with determination. Let them watch, let them fear, but more importantly, let them see that humans are not just survivors. We are conquerors of impossible odds. We are the variable the galaxy never saw coming. The humans had struck back. They had survived the Deathworld. They had mastered the ancient ship. And they had sent a clear message to the galaxy. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was unstoppable. As the HMS Vanguard prepared to leave the Deathworld ship, the storm outside seemed almost to bow before them. Lightning struck distant rocks, illuminating the hull of the colossal vessel. And far across the galaxy, alien eyes watched in terror and disbelief, realizing that humans were now a force no one could ignore. For the first time in history, the galaxy understood the truth. Humans were not prey. Humans were the hunters. The storm above the Class 15 Deathworld had begun to subside, though the skies remained dark and charged with energy. The HMS Vanguard hovered silently above the planet, its hull reflecting the flashes of residual lightning. Inside, Captain Ilara Kane and her team stood on the bridge, exhausted but triumphant. They had survived the ship, tamed its power, and discovered secrets that could change the fate of the galaxy forever. Dr. Rian Voss leaned against the console, still absorbing the enormity of what they had achieved. Captain, this ship, it's more than just a weapon. It's a vault of knowledge, of civilizations lost, of technology that humans could never have dreamed of. And now it's ours. Lieutenant Joran Vale exhaled heavily, eyes scanning the readouts. I never thought we'd make it out alive. I thought this Deathworld would be our grave. Ilara shook her head, a faint smile on her lips. It's never just about survival, Joran. It's about what you do with the survival. Humans don't just survive, they adapt, they overcome, and they rise above impossible odds. The AI of the Deathworld ship, now under partial human control, pulsed quietly beneath them. Its massive systems, once poised to annihilate, now hummed with new purpose. Its holographic displays showed the galaxy in intricate detail, every planet, every fleet, every civilization. And for the first time in centuries, the ship recognized humans not as a threat, but as masters of its power. Rian pointed to a projection of alien fleets mobilizing across nearby sectors. Captain, they're watching us. Every major race in the galaxy knows something has changed. Whatever humans just did. They've already sent sensors to track us, and they're afraid. Ilara's eyes narrowed. Good. Let them be afraid. Let them understand that humans are no longer just another species in the galaxy. We are clever, resourceful, and not to be underestimated. Joran shook his head in disbelief. I can't believe we did it. We actually took control of a ship designed to destroy civilizations. And survived a Deathworld to do it. Not just survived, Ilara corrected. We conquered. We proved humans are the variable the galaxy never anticipated. And now we hold the proof. The Vanguard's sensors picked up distant alien ships emerging from hyperspace, moving cautiously toward the Deathworld. Energy readings indicated panic alien commanders were trying to gauge the humans' capabilities without risking a direct confrontation. Ilara's voice rang out firmly. They're watching. Let them watch. Humanity has faced impossible odds before, and we've always won. We'll leave them with one truth. Humans are not weak. We never have been, and we never will be. Rian tapped rapidly on his console, accessing the Deathworld ship's archives. Captain, there's more. Entire civilizations were destroyed in tests similar to this. Weapons of unimaginable power, fleets wiped out, and yet humans survived. The ship, it was designed to end us. And now we control it. A tense silence fell over the bridge. The realization hit them all. The galaxy had feared humans long before humans even existed, and now that fear was justified. Humans were no longer unknown. Humans were a force. Joran broke the silence. His voice hushed. Do you think they'll try to fight us? Ilara shook her head slowly. Some will, many will hesitate, but one thing is certain. They'll think twice before ever challenging humans again. We've rewritten the rules. The galaxy underestimated us, and it paid the price. Rian continued scrolling through the archives, his face pale but determined. Captain, the potential here is infinite. We could protect worlds, advance civilizations, even prevent disasters that have been impossible for centuries. Humanity could lead the galaxy, not through fear, but through strength and knowledge. Ilara's eyes softened, gazing out at the swirling clouds below. That is the responsibility that comes with power, Rian and humans. We are ready for it. We've proven ourselves where no one else dared to tread. We've faced a Deathworld, mastered an ancient ship, and survived forces that could have ended us. And the galaxy now knows what humans are capable of. The bridge fell silent as the storm's last lightning flashes illuminated the ship's hull. Outside, distant alien observers recorded the Vanguard and the Deathworld ship, transmitting their fears back to their home systems. Rumors would spread like wildfire. Humans had survived a Class 15 Deathworld, taking control of a ship designed to annihilate civilizations, and emerged victorious. Ilara's hand rested lightly on the console, feeling the pulse of the ship beneath her fingertips. "We've changed everything," she said softly. "The galaxy will never forget this day. Humans are not just another species. We are the variable. We are the hunters. And we are unstoppable." Joran let out a low whistle. "I can already hear the whispers across the galaxy. They're terrified. They'll try to understand us, but they won't fully know." "Not yet," Rian nodded. "And that's where our advantage lies. Humans are unpredictable. No race in the galaxy can anticipate our ingenuity. They thought this ship would destroy us. Instead, it became our weapon, our legacy." Ilara turned to her crew, her voice steady and commanding. "Prepare to return to the Vanguard. Document everything. We leave the Deathworld intact, but the galaxy will know that humans have arrived, and we are not to be underestimated. And one day, when the time is right, humanity will take its place among the stars. Not as prey, but as a force the universe respects, fears, and remembers." As the landing module lifted from the Deathworld, the storm slowly subsided. The colossal ship, once feared and dormant for centuries, now pulsed quietly under human command. The HMS Vanguard ascended, stars reflecting on its hull like scattered diamonds. Far across the galaxy, alien fleets paused. Communications were frantic. Entire sectors recalibrated their defenses. And in hidden corners, commanders whispered, "Humans, they were never weak, and now they are unstoppable." And in that moment, the galaxy understood a truth it had long ignored. Humans were no longer just participants in the cosmic game. Humans were the variable the universe could never control. The HMS Vanguard disappeared into hyperspace, leaving the Deathworld and its secrets behind. But the legacy of that data, courage, ingenuity, and dominance of humanity would echo through the galaxy for generations. The galaxy was terrified, and humanity had only just begun.